Hi guys, and welcome back to another PremiumPress video tutorial. In today's video I'm going to show you how to customize your website using Elementor. Now before we begin, Elementor has a pro version and a free version. This video tutorial only requires a free version. None of our themes require the pro version. So you can use a free Elementor plugin rather than having to pay for the upgrades. So with that being said, let's get started. From the admin area of your version 10 plus PremiumPress website, use the design tools on the left hand side. Now I'm going to start with a default child theme or a default predefined layout, just so I can show you how it kind of works. As you can see in front of me, I have the shop theme, and so you can see all of the predefined layouts for the shop theme. Now I can preview again any of them just by clicking on view design. So we can click on any of these to view the design. And if I wanted to go ahead and start customizing any of them, I'd pick one. And let's have a look at this one. This one looks quite nice. And then I would go ahead and click on load Elementor. Now I could click on install theme and load it that way as well. Both is absolutely fine. This way it just saves having to load it and then reloading it. So what it does now is going to open up Elementor. It's going to save the design into Elementor and then set all the defaults so you can start customizing. So as you can see in front of me, I have the default child theme. This is the furniture theme. The current logo is always taken from the admin area. So even though it's the furniture theme, is showing the fashion logo. And to change the logo, again in the admin under design, we will click on logo and fonts, and you can see here fashion. This is where it's getting the logo from. So a quick overview of the design features. We have a header and a footer, which is obviously quite normal in most websites. And if you're going to use the Elementor page template, be sure to include the header and footer within the design. That way then it's just easy to edit, visually see what's going on, and it will also be used on the actual home page, because if you take the header and footer away, there will not be one on the website. Now before we begin, I'd also recommend that you make a note of the template name, so we can click on the settings within Elementor, and under general settings I would give it a new name, so new homepage. You'll find that with version 10 you can load the Elementor templates very quickly, and because each time you load it or a new design into Elementor, it will create a new page, so you'll soon find you'll have lots of pages. So in this case I'm just going to rename it. I'm going to call it new home page. I will come back to that later when we're setting the pages using the page linking tool within the admin, so we can set this new design to our home page. Now let me show you where the design elements are for the Elementor page templates. So on the left hand side, this is where all the settings are, and obviously on the right hand side is where you can visually see the changes that have been made. In this case we have a hero, which is the first one, listings block, text block, icons, etc. And if we click on the block itself and click on design block, you'll see the block type here is displayed, and this is basically the category. So this is the actual sort of the main category of blocks. So we have a header block, we have a header category, footer, hero, text, etc. If I change this, for example, to text, and then select a style, as we've got text 1, you can see it's instantly changed. So I can quickly preview each block in each section of the website to see which one I prefer. During the transition there's no changes, so for example if I change to hero, my text isn't going to be lost. I don't have to worry about losing any data. Only if I save and update it will any data be changed. Now I have a title, button, button 2, and this is common through most of the widgets. So you've got title and button, and since I've turned off button 2, let me turn it back on. Okay, I have button 2. You'll find with most of the section blocks there's always a title, or pretty much always a title, and in most cases there are buttons. So these three are very common. So if I just turn button 2 off again, I'll turn button 1 off, and I'll turn the title off. And you can see obviously it's just a blank widget and there are no options. So I want to go ahead and turn on the title again and show you some of the design options. I would go to design, so I would go to the title and description, and here is where I can basically customize this title and description section. Again, if I show you the other block, the listing block, the next one down, this has a title as well. The actual text has titles and buttons, so they're all pretty similar formatted. So once you get used to the formats of how things are, you'll quickly adjust to the way it works. In this case, since it's the hero, you'll notice under the main design block there is an image, and this is where you would change the actual image for the hero. Again, I can just simply select a different layout, and then obviously the hero element will change. So I have search options, multiple different layout designs. Some obviously the text is displayed slightly different. So for example, as you can see, this one's quite large now, but it's probably because I'm using overly large text and my hero design. So I would just change it to maybe a large block so it fits nicely. Or in this case, simply changing the text would do the job. I can get rid of the subtitle. So now it fits in nicely, and then I can even reduce the size of the hero as well, so it fits in even better. So obviously, because there's so many different layout options, you may need to take a few moments to adjust some of the content to fit the layout you want. Next, obviously, each design block has a couple of additional tools. For example, since this is a hero, we have different hero sizes. We have slim hero, so that's 400 pixels. If I switch it to text 1, it'd be more easy to see. If I select the medium, 500 pixels, just slightly larger. Cool. We change the block type. In this case, the one is hero. We can change the text. We can go through some of the text styles. We've got style 1, 2, 3, etc. Or if you want to actually preview any of the text elements, just go to the admin area, under design or blocks, and here you can actually preview all of the actual blocks that are included within PremiumPress themes. So as you can see, the Elementor widget here directly relates to the actual blocks we have in the admin. So all these design blocks here are the ones that are displayed in the on the actual main website. As you can see here, this is the search block here, and within the preview you can see the actual dimensions for the images that we recommend you use. Now, once you've gone ahead and customized your website, so let's just make some quick changes. Let's just make this a text block style 1. Okay, simple, elegant, and let's just add a photo. So just add in any photo. There you go. I'm going to change the title to "Welcome to my website." Okay. Okay. Let's say, for example, I've spent hours and hours and hours really loving this design. I'm going to preview it using the preview options. This is what it would look like. It's great. And then I might want to load that onto my main website. Now, before you do that, you'll notice at the bottom this output for child themes. Now, this is a very useful tool that I will cover in a more depth videos, but basically you would just copy and paste this into a child theme, and everything would be loaded as per your design. So let's continue. In this case, I've now customized my website using Elementor. I'm very happy with the layout, and I want it to be displayed on my home page. Now, to do that, very simple, we need to use the page linking options. So we go to the admin area of our website, give it a refresh to make sure that all the content is loaded. We go to page linking, so we click on page linking. On the home page section here, we would select our new home page. Now, before I do that, I'm just going to preview the existing home page. So this is what the existing one looks like. And I'm going to now apply my new home page, click on save settings, give it a refresh. As you can see now, my new home page has been applied to my website. Now, this concept is used throughout the entire theme. So if you wanted to set, for example, your own custom Elementor homepage, Elementor page for the About Us page, Contact Us page, FAQ page, etc., the process is exactly the same. You create a page in Elementor, design it any way you like, and then select the page, the template from the drop-down list. And that way, when this page loads, for example, the About Us page, it will load in your template rather than the default one used by the theme. If for any example of